Hi, my name is Renee Sava, and I was a part of the film You Had a Bad Day.
My name is Miranda Forcier, and I was also a part of the film You Had a Bad Day.
The people that I met, which sounds kind of cliche, but honestly, I didn't even know how many amazing people, cast and crew, that I was going to meet throughout this whole experience, and resources too. Like with Access Sacramento, I've met so many amazing people who are so knowledgeable of producing short films, and yeah, I think that was one of the best takeaways from A Place Called Sacramento. And I'm still, Miranda was in my short film, and here we are today. So I think definitely the connections and that I made was one of the really most exciting things.
And Miranda, for you.
My favorite, or what I enjoyed most about the PCS experience, this was the first time that I've been a part of PCS, so everything was brand new to me. I really enjoyed the casting call. Obviously, that's how I got involved. And yeah, I would have never met Renee if it wasn't for PCS, and we wouldn't be sitting here together to, tell you about where we're going next. I just literally told her that I never thought I would be doing something like this, and as far as creating and producing a project, and I have PCS to thank for that.
I think that Access Sacramento, Donna was very, very helpful. She was a mentor from the beginning. She kind of kept all of the producers and filmmakers on track, and if I had any questions, I could reach out to her and ask her, hey, I'm a little confused about this. What should I do? Because for a lot of us, A Place Called Sacramento was kind of the starting point or launching pad for a lot of filmmakers and producers. So I feel like Donna and Access Sacramento as a whole was just a great resource and a great mentor.
As far as a mentor goes through this experience, I was just the lead actress. So I would say, of course, my mentor was my mother, Sally Forcier. But now, through the whole journey, Renee really was, because she was involved with Access Sacramento. She knew what was happening with PCS. I was just kind of along for the ride until now.
Yeah, the best part about cast and crew call was finding my whole cast and crew. No, but truly the best part about it was meeting everyone face to face, especially after COVID in 2020 and all being behind, our computers and Zoom. It was really great to meet everybody in person, and I really did. I met Miranda at the cast and crew call. Little did I know then that she would be my lead actress, but it was really great just to meet people and see everybody's excitement for the whole A Place Called Sacramento Film Festival, and everyone was just so tenacious about what was to come. So yeah, it was really great just meeting everyone, conversing with everyone, and eventually building my cast and crew.
Yeah, the PCS casting call, I actually wasn't supposed to be there. My mom had a booth there, Sally Forcier Casting Production, and she was also speaking there. So I was actually just there to help. And, but at that moment in my life, I was having a lot of bad days and was like, I'm going to just put my name down. What could happen? I literally went to all of the booths, met some really great people, loved hearing all these stories. And I had no idea about Renee's project, really. I think actually you were talking to someone at the time when I came up, so I didn't get a chance to hear about the storyline. I just said, okay, here I am, casting crew or whatever. So it was a great turnout. I loved all the speakers that went up. The camaraderie was amazing and beautiful. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I love that word, tenacious. It was definitely, the energy was really, everybody was so excited, and I will do it again.
Absolutely not. I think with A Place Called Sacramento, this was definitely a collaborative effort, and I'm someone who definitely likes to try to do as much as I can, and I had a big wake-up call that one person cannot do it all. So this was definitely a team effort. I mean, I truly could not have done it without the cast and crew and Access Sacramento and all of the resources. Like the end result would have been nowhere near what it was if I would have attempted it by myself. Absolutely. So when I found out that my script was selected for A Place Called Sacramento, immediately Access Sacramento reached out to me and had a whole trajectory and timeline of what to expect and different deadlines. So it definitely kept me on track. So, you know, I was able to complete the project in a timely manner. So I think that, yeah, Access Sacramento really did a great job.
Not really. I mean, we met a week before we shot, so I think it was like right after 4th of July, and then like 5 days later we were filming. But the actual festival itself was really incredible, and the turnout was amazing, and it was just so full of just support and encouragement, and you know, I feel like everybody really was seen, which was really beautiful, because this is definitely not easy, you know. So to get any kind of support and recognition in this industry is a blessing.
I would call this my producer-director debut. It is not my first short film that I've made. I used to make short films when I was in college, and so to speak, but this is my actual, like, first, you know, directorial producer debut that has premiered at something as big as the Crest Theater and at a film festival like A Place Called Sacramento. So screenwriting is actually something that is a little bit newer to me. Again, back when I was in college, I used to write scripts, and I was even in a screenwriting class. It actually was quite some time until I decided to finally put pen to paper. I've had ideas floating around in my mind for a long time, but some of the hardest parts is literally writing it down or just starting the first sentence in the first paragraph. So recently, in the past couple of years, is when I started writing a pilot, which actually ended up turning into the short film for A Place Called Sacramento. That's where it was inspired from. So I would say I'm a little bit on the newer side of screenwriting, but I have a familiarity with it from the past, 10 years of my life.
Do I want to get into screenwriting? Well, I think I'm going to kind of be a part of it now.
Yeah.
I mean, together we are trying to turn the short film into a TV series. So I know this is primarily Renee's project, but I already have lots of ideas. And we're going to be, once we get our fundraising a little bit further along, then we're going to be sitting down and writing out a screenplay. So I guess I'll find out.
You're getting a lot of experience real quick.
I've read a lot of scripts, so.
And sometimes, too, just literally doing it is such a great experience, because it is scary at first when you haven't done screenwriting before. But I think that is the best learning experience, is just writing your script, making mistakes, and just keep doing, making new drafts and making changes and making notes. Your script is never really done. Like, you just will always find things to fix and change. But I think that starting is always a really good, place when you want to get into screenwriting. Oh, Access absolutely was an asset in that process. I mean, again, I could not have done it without Access Sacramento and my whole team. As far as permits go, again, it was kind of a one-stop shop as far as permits and, getting, our insurance for, all of our shoot dates and everything like that. So, I feel like Access Sacramento, I could just call someone up or email someone and just say, hey, I really need this from you. And I feel like, everyone was really great. And even when I had some last minute requests that I'm so sorry about, but they really, really pulled through and really helped me out when I was in a time crunch or in a bind. So, yeah. So I kind of did a little bit of piecemeal as far as equipment goes. So my director of photography, he brought his equipment and his camera with him on our shoot day. But then as far as the tripod and the lighting and I think audio and a few other things, we got that from Access Sacramento. So again, that was a super easy process. Just sending an email or stopping by, and everyone was so friendly and so helpful. So I would say it's like a 50-50 split of me borrowing equipment from Access Sacramento, and then either me buying something from Amazon last minute the night before, or some of the crew bringing their own equipment. I did. Well, first it was excitement, and then the reality kind of set in, like, okay, I have to do this by this date and this by this date. So it definitely was eye-opening. I mean, it is very, very exciting, but filmmaking, it's such a long process. It's not something that happens overnight. So, kind of looking at the timeline ahead, you really have to be organized, and, really you have to remember, like, that you should probably film on the earlier side, because you always want to do pickups. So you want to always just make sure that there's more than enough time in post-production. So I think that, just looking ahead, I definitely was like a little nervous, but everything worked out perfectly. And again, Access Sacramento just really kept all of us filmmakers on track. I mean, definitely leading up to the film, because everything that could have gone wrong probably went wrong. But for example, when we were on set, it was about 115 degrees outside.
Oh my God. Don't remind me.
And
Yes.
Miranda and I, one of my scenes required her wearing a sweatshirt in the heat.
With thick office, like, business pants.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, I could just feel the tension rising. We all were trying to get through the scene. We're just trying to make sure that the camera's not melting.
Right.
Everyone is hydrated, but
There's no shade. There is no shade.
Zero shade.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that really was something that had happened on set that really put a lot of pressure and stress on all of us. But we were all very professional, and we all were very communicative. If, we needed to take a break, get some water, try to get someone to hold an umbrella over somebody. So we definitely kind of worked together to get through it, and also still, get the scene that we needed.
As far as the stress and stuff that comes when you're filming, it's pretty typical. I've grown up in the industry. Nothing that happened on set was really like a surprise to me. The thing that was a surprise was how professional this group of relatively new filmmakers were all working together. I was extremely honored. There were a few times that I could tell, like, because this was her first time directing. And then our AD and our DP, they hadn't really worked on a film set in a long time as well. So I was very, very honored that they were open to hearing some guidance from what experience I have. But yeah, the first day was a little bit of a cluster, which is normal for all productions. The second day went a lot smoother, and we learned a lot, which is why I'm so excited to, like, create a pilot so we can make a TV series, because I think taking everything that we've learned is we're gonna go off the charts, and it's gonna be incredible.
Exactly, and that's what's so great too about A Place Called Sacramento, is you are supposed to make mistakes. That's kind of the point. Is that it's such
How else are you gonna learn?
How else are you gonna learn? There, hindsight is 20/20. There are definitely moments where I'm like, oh, I should have done this, or there's just, again, things that just went wrong. But that, I'm sure, small or big productions happens, no matter how much or how little experience you have. But again, Access Sacramento was there every step of the way, and again, same with my cast and crew. Everybody was just so awesome, and we all worked together, and we made it work. So.
Oh my gosh, that was
so much fun.
The red carpet experience was, like, unreal. Like, I remember when I saw you for the first time, I was just like, ah!
She ran up to me, and we were just so excited.
It was so cool.
It kind of felt like all of our hard work was paying off finally, and we could finally kind of relax and just enjoy the moment. And, like, it's because when you're in it, I mean, what a lot of people don't see is the behind the scenes and what it takes to get to that point. So the whole red carpet experience was so much fun, and had a
great finale.
Yes.
But no, Access Sacramento really made me feel like a star, with the actual red carpet and with the interviews, and I mean, it was just really, it was really cool. It was a good reward for a job well done.
Yes, exactly. No, I did not. So again, the script that was written for A Place Called Sacramento was derived from a pilot episode that I had been working on for quite some time. And the pilot episode, ironically, actually takes place in Los Angeles, not in Sacramento. And when I heard about A Place Called Sacramento, I had to kind of change some things and make it more about Sacramento and kind of representing, this great city. But I never would have thought that this is something that would have turned into what it is today and premiering at the Crest Theater and it having an audience. So it has been a really, really cool experience to see something that was just literally words on a paper. Then it's like on a big screen and thousands of people are watching it. So it's pretty surreal.
That's cool.
Sure. So I actually kind of started my process by going to the CFAA screenwriting group. And that is where I met my script supervisor. Her name is Cheryl. And she is the one who actually encouraged me to enter into A Place Called Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And I believe she's also, involved with Access Sacramento, and she was a former filmmaker with A Place Called Sacramento as well, so she kind of knew the whole process. But I would say as a new filmmaker, I think going to those types of meetup groups, different events, networking events, anything that you can go to is important. It might not seem like it at the time, but those groups that I went to are so important and so pivotal because that is where I met so many people, so many connections that kind of got me to this place. So I would say definitely go to events, network, put yourself out there, and just don't be afraid to just start, which is kind of scary, but just start entering into festivals and just see what happens. And A Place Called Sacramento is a great first step for a new emerging filmmaker who really wants to give it a shot and see what producing and creating a film is all about.
Yeah, it definitely takes a village, and you don't know what you don't know, and you only have your perspective too. So that village not only is going to help guide you and support you and encourage you, but they're also going to be a second pair of eyes, because like Renee's been saying, there's always going to be something you want to change or wish you had done differently. So if you can have more eyes on something, then hopefully those changes that you want to make is less and less and less. But I would also say, on top of that, anybody who's wanting to become a filmmaker, you better love it.
Yeah, yes.
You better love it
yes,
because it is not for the faint of heart. It will make you question everything. But, hopefully people can see just by what we said about the red carpet that it is so worth it, and it's an expression in the people you meet. Even if the project doesn't go anywhere, even if you don't make money, life is all about experiences, and the more people the more experiences you can have available to you. But you limit yourself if you don't network, like Renee was saying.
Exactly, and I want to add to that as well. When I was kind of in the beginning of this whole process, and not even just with A Place Called Sacramento, but just even a few years ago when I wanted to turn my pilot into a film or a series. And a lot of times as filmmakers, I think sometimes we think we have to do it all ourselves, or maybe it feels that way, like, okay, where do I start? I can't do this all on my own. Where do I even begin? But I think that definitely not spreading yourself too thin and kind of allocating duties to different people is really, really important. So you can kind of, delegate, which is again a lesson that I learned with.
Do you hear that, Renee?
Yes,
Delegate.
yeah.
Delegate. Yeah.
So I think delegating is important, and so you can focus on your skill and your craft, which is important. But it is easy to want to do everything yourself, and you don't want to spread yourself too thin. So I would say, as someone who is a beginning filmmaker, that is a huge lesson I learned, and something that I will take with me to my next film. So absolutely. I think I hear a lot of rumblings about how Sacramento is the next Hollywood, and I honestly think that is true. Mm-hmm. I think that there are a lot of filmmakers, but a lot of times a lot of filmmakers in Sacramento don't know their resources in the area, and I feel like Access Sacramento is so personable, and so welcoming to all new filmmakers, filmmakers and veteran filmmakers. So I think that, again, for me, because I used to live in Los Angeles and work in the industry, and when I moved back to Sacramento, I wasn't really sure where to turn or where to go. And when I came across Access Sacramento with A Place Called Sacramento, I was so excited because I was like, yes, like there's a resource. This is amazing. And this is something that, we as filmmakers definitely need.
Yes, Renee and I are so happy to announce that we are moving forward in making her dream into this pilot series, into a series. So last Friday, on Black Friday, we launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money so we can film a killer pilot. We have now You Had a Bad Day TV series, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's all at You Had a Bad Day TV series. Same with the GoFundMe, You Had a Bad Day TV series. And once we get that funding, then we're going to bring the original cast and crew back. We're going to shoot locally here in Sacramento. And we're going to make a pilot, put together a treatment, and then we're going to take all of that, take all of our interviews, all our social media stuff, bundle it up, and we're going to find an investor so we can turn this into a series. I mean, Renee and I both know how many bad days that somebody can have, and I think now in our world we really need some hope, and we need something. We need to see the real substance of life, which is bad days. However, every bad day, there's always something good. And, this is going to be a drama comedy where we're going to show the real life journey of this girl, Ariana, just trying to make her dreams come true like everybody else in the world, showing her struggles and relationships and professional friendships, family, all of that, trying to make it on her own. And show just the reality of what it takes to get to your dreams, So, yeah, we're really excited. We would love any kind of support anybody can offer. If it's a donation, awesome. If not, just sharing our social media so we can build a following to gain that credibility when we do find an investor is greatly appreciated.
So, too, that's true.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll definitely be putting some work into that.
Absolutely. You never know. We might even expand our cast and crew from You Had a Bad Day and A Place Called Sacramento. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely want to stay connected with Access Sacramento and definitely go to the cast and crew call and just And we really hope to turn this pilot. We want to pitch it into networks, and that's kind of the goal. So we do want to get it on bigger and bigger platforms, and that's that's the.
But we are the test run. So
yes,
you're the ones that made it. You gave us the seed to or you watered our little seed, and so Access Sacramento will be the root of all of our success for sure.
Yes, yeah.
So thank you.
She took the words right out of my mouth. That's why she's the actress. She's the actress and not me, and my co-producer now. But
yes.